I just wanted to get the behind the wheel with Michael Fassbender, though. Do you think next time you could make a movie like I'm in front of the car with Michael Fassbender? Like, just think about that, okay?
Well, sitting on his knee.
Congratulations and welcome to TIFF and welcome to have your movie here. It's really fantastic.
It's really exciting to be here.
It must be. What's it like for you to be able to bring something like that here?
It's amazing. It's amazing. We went to the technical check yesterday, and it's a beautiful theatre, and we played the first scene, and it was just, yeah, it was very exciting.
Yeah, heart pounding. I'm sure. Right?
Was heart pounding. Yeah.
Good stuff. You've done a great job, and you, of course, your background. You've given us great television stuff. I wanted to ask you about, making this feature and what it was like for you to get behind the trenches for that.
Well, it was actually, everyone always said, oh, films are very different to television, and I was always a bit like, are they really? What's the, it's like, what's the difference? We're still filmmaking. Yeah. And strangely, it was different, and I can't really articulate exactly why it was, and maybe it's, with television you kind of know there's going to be an audience to a certain extent, and, you know there's going to be a broadcast date, and you know certain things that are a bit more fixed, whereas with a film it's all the expectations and the kind of anxieties and fears that surround it, with people that put a lot of money into this thing, seemed more heightened than in television. But maybe I'm just remembering, it's a bit like childbirth. You kind of forget. You forget all the difficult. Oh, that was fun doing that.
Exactly. I don't remember it being so bad. Yeah. What was it about this community and especially like this family that really caught your eye? It's so interesting.
I just Alistair, the writer, was making a documentary about a family that this film's inspired by, and he showed me some footage, and I was actually supposed to make the documentary, but I didn't end up doing it because I was trying, at that point, this was maybe 10, 12 years ago, I was trying to move into more narrative drama stuff and away from documentary, and I just found them so fascinating, and there was also just this sense of freedom that they had, of just, I'm not condoning certain behaviour, but there was this kind of living in a community with kids running free, with and we living kind of off the land and with the land, and that felt very different to my experience of life, and it was exciting. It was exciting, and it was, to research the film, Alistair and I went up to stay with this family, and we'd stay in a caravan, and there was kind of mad dogs and and children running around, and fires and explosions, and it was just it was and endless cups of tea, so many cups of tea.
Hey, listen. You have to have endless cups of tea.
Like in plastic glasses.
There's no other way to get through the day.
No, exactly.
Absolutely.
Although you did used to have to go to the toilet a lot. There was a lot of tea.
Well, that was my next question. Now, your casting, amazing. But, someone like Michael Fassbender, who, really takes the lead in this, and he's so good, and I was saying that guy's so versatile. But what was it about him that maybe surprised or impressed you about him when he started to work on this film?
He was just he just knew who Chad was. On a very, very kind of deep level, he just knew who he was, and so every instinct and decision he had about Chad absolutely felt right, and it was, and he worked so hard. He was so ready when he was like it's kind of a crass comparison, but it was like an athlete kind of at the top of his game. Right. That's what he feels like, and a master of his craft, but what I love, I love there's a scene by the burger van where he just gives a little smile, and the moments of vulnerability, when he does attack Gordon, you can see a kind of slight feeling of knowing that this isn't quite right, but I can't help myself do this, and there's so much complexity and depth, and he's a brilliant driver as well.
Well, like I say, anytime you want to make another film,
cool.
Either sit on his lap or be in the passenger seat, I'm there for you.
It was good fun.
No problem. And I come to London a lot, so we could work it out. Okay. Lovely to meet you. Congratulations on this, and best of luck with everything. And we hope to see you with your next film back at TIFF.